Show, brought to you by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Phoenix Suns out in Phoenix. For Phoenix, it's been all about winning games right now. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And we'll be watching Dwight Howard manning the center spot in this one. He's never going to be, say, a 20 and 12 guy again, but his rebounding is still valuable.
Father Time takes a lot of things away, but it can't take away your height. Still has the size and the ability to be a huge factor on the glass on a nightly basis. Kenny, go ahead and say it.
Superman is in the building, I'll tell you. You know, he's always averaged double-digit rebounds in the league, and I don't think that's going to go away no matter what happens. And he's born to rebound. Superman is in the – okay, I'll stop.
I've been here. Thank you very much.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Going to my side. Just keep working it. Stretch it. Knock it down. Up and down.
Feeling good?
Hey, man, feel great.
All right. Let me know if you want to get some work in. It's a long season, even for you young guys.
Okay. Yeah.
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 We are live in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Suns are about to go into this interconference contest. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sideline. It's the end of a string of away games for the Hawks as they look forward to returning home after this one. And, of course, Eric Bledsoe. He's still out of the lineup.
Yeah, it's terrible news, Kevin. Never what you want to hear with an injury of that severity. Hard to imagine we're going to see him back out there anytime soon.
You know, certainly disappointing for them. I know how disappointed he must be. Now they've got to find a way to make things work without him.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, we know here in Atlanta, Mike Budenholzer has assumed the dual role of coach and GM of the Atlanta Hawks. It's a tough task, but he can draw on the experience in San Antonio, where Greg Popovich has a similar role. Like Pop, Coach Bud makes sure to listen to his differing opinions and empower the staff. Kevin?
He's done a terrific job, Dave. Thank you. Well, Doris, we're at the point of the year now where nicks and cuts and bruises, they all begin to accumulate. Depth is such an important thing for teams, isn't it?
I think it's hard to win in the NBA without some measure of depth. You think over 82 games, inevitably somebody's going to be nicked up to the point where playing effectively is going to be a problem. I don't think, Kevin, in this day and age, and Golden State's a perfect example how crucial depth is to winning.
And for a coaching staff to sell the fact that, hey, your chance is right around the corner.
And I think that's one thing that surprises me is how an NBA player could not play for maybe 2 months, but they keep themselves, because of their level of professionalism, they keep themselves always ready.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Wow. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. On the wings, it's Korver and Bazemore. Paul Millsap out there with Howard. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. Now here's Bazemore. 6 to shoot. A 3 ball. And that one's good. Schroeder's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And how about that for a response?
Didn't take them any time to get those 3 points back. That's the shot they wanted.
On the wing, Booker, guarded by Korver. Young dishes to Prez. The kick out to Young. Misses the 3. And the Hawks with possession. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
Rebounding requires boxing out, toughness, and energy. None of that was displayed.
Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. It's stolen by Korver. Here we go, 1-on-1. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Now.
We're better than that.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in? And the Hawks, you know, really an interesting situation. You go back 2 seasons ago, they had the best record in the East. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then last year, they showed some slippage. I mean, and pretty soon, everything was in play.
Now, here is Young. He had 10 points in the win against Denver.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent. And with Prez, you get it all. Outstanding passes to his guys who have clean looks at the basket. And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Here's Prez. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Back to Tucker. The 3. Another 3 for Pheonix.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Shooter kicks to Corver. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, you had the feeling that Dwight Howard was going to move on from Houston this last offseason. Ends up opting out and signing on with his hometown team, the Atlanta Hawks. Got a sizable 3-year deal as well.
And for Howard, he was courted by several teams in free agency, arguably the biggest name at the center spot.
Well, he met with several teams that would have been a good fit, but I think the hometown factor was too hard to pass up with Atlanta. Might be his last big contract in the league. Might as well take it for the team you loved growing up. And you look at Paul Millsap, one of the hardest workers in the league. You see it in how much he's added to his game over the course of his career.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. And, you know, you talk about how hard Millsap works. You need that motive to be a star power forward at 6'8".
Yeah, on the court, battling bigger players in the weight room over the summer. His love for the game is beyond question.
Puts it up from 17. Kept alive. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
That's just laziness on the part of the defense, not hustling to get to the boards.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
It couldn't have come at a better time. With the score being as close as it is, he had to make that play.
So it's Atlanta now, following the score by Pheonix.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Tucker, the pass to Young. Booker in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
He really had no excuse not to make that shot. Hopefully it won't shake his confidence.
Offensive rebound. Millsap misses.
Stellar defense to alter that shot. You could tell his release was a tad awkward.
Prez kicks to Booker. Schroeder against Young. To the paint. Here's Len. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Pheonix shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Schroeder kicks to Howard. Millsap a screen. Howard with his screen on Young. Bazemore for 3. It will not find the hoop. It's his third miss. He has made 2. Fires the 3. Tucker can't get it to go.
Almost seemed like he was overthinking that shot. Such a wide open look.
Schroeder against Young. Schroeder kicks to Howard. At the top of the key, Millsap. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bazemore. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark.
You can see it. His timing, his touch, everything just a shade off tonight.
Young with no one around. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Hawks leading. Bazemore with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Pass to Howard. Millsap a screen. Here's Bazemore. the block.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Prez with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. The score now all evening.
Very rare for a guy to enter the league with such a polished.
Come on, gentlemen. Let's go. Listen up. We've got to pick up our defense on Howard. He cannot continue to cut inside so freely. I want us to gap him off the ball and keep him out of the middle. No easy buckets now, all right? We got this.
Petition in short order.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitters checked in for Howard. Humphreys comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And changes for Phoenix. Prez has checked in for Dudley. Devin Booker comes in for T.J. Warren. Young is subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Splitter. Millsap comes in for Sefolosha. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Prez, he's in at the fourth spot. Brandon Knight is out there with Young. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Chandler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Good on the shot.
He's been lights out here in the second, and that's after a pretty good showing in the first.
They set the pick. Knight kicks to Prez. The pass to Knight. And here's Young from the arc. They get it again. And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, as always, the Atlanta Hawks run that fluid offensive system that is widely admired. You know, Steve Kerr, our old friend, used to say they get to the next level of their offense. Take away the first option, they automatically get to the second. Take that one, they automatically and fluently get to the third option. Very few teams do that. Kevin?
Passing and shooting, D.A., that's what it's all about. Thank you.
And the leaping skills of Prez, really just throwing down the monster dunk there.
And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Knight dishes to Prez. And there's the 3-second violation. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Suns. The Hawks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And Bazemore kicks to Humphreys. Young against Schroeder. Down low. Here's Howard. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, there's no question about why they're up. His accuracy has been phenomenal tonight.
And Young kicks to Prez. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That is his first foul of the game. Phoenix with the ball. Trailing by 4. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
A lot of firepower coming off the bench in that game really allowed them to escape with victory.
Case in point where you need talent in reserve, not just to guard against injury, but also you need real contributions from these guys when called upon.
He's perfect from the line this time. And certainly the early surprise of the 2015 draft class, Doris, is Devin Booker. Number 13 overall. He could end up being one of the top 2 or 3 players in the entire draft class.
Well, I think, Kevin, for Booker, a lot of people slept on him because of his college team. Came out of Kentucky, and that team was loaded with talent, headlined by Karl Anthony Towns. He was actually the 4th player off that team to be drafted. Insane that he went just 13th.
Doris, we know you were a standout point guard in the Big East for Providence. What players do you feel have a similar approach to the point guard position that you played so well in the NBA now?
Well, I was not your necessarily traditional setup point guard. I was a player who liked to get to the rim and get to the free throw line a ton. So I would say somebody like Kyrie Irving who wants to be a dynamic scorer, handle is there, I didn't mind passing, Kevin, but I wanted to score it too.
See, I picture you as like a Chris Paul. Leaner, could do both equally well. You could dish as well as anybody, but drive as well as anybody too.
I'll tell
You're
you this,
probably being modest.
I'm not being modest. I was pretty tough too. You didn't like to play against me.
But I like broadcasting with you.
Back at you.
Chandler kicks to Young. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And then Chandler with the jam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
That play was run beautifully. Got positioned inside, the entry pass was on target, and the finish was flawless.
At the elbow, Prez. Hyde on the wing. He's covered by Bazemore. Just 5 on the clock. Prez. And finish off by Prez. And we talked so much about Orange Juice and the bond they formed, but Prez and Denver Levens also very close on the team.
And Levens might not see the floor a lot, but he does a great job of keeping the mood loose and light for this team. That means a lot over the course of an entire NBA season.
And Booker kicks to Prez. It's deflected. Young passes to Prez. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Schroeder. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's averaging 15 points a game, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
And Bazemore kicks to Humphries. And the dunk by Humphries.
Oh, just solid.
Let's go. Hustle up. Listen up. We've got to pick up our defense on Howard. Do not tune this out again. He's getting into our paint at will. Let's gap him and invite the outside shot. He does not shoot it well enough to beat us from long range. It starts right now, fellas. Let's go.
Well, the word in Phoenix was that he'd lost the locker room, Kevin.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Suns on top. They're up by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're over-shifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Bring it in. We have not won this game yet. We're letting one guy look like a world beater out there. He's getting into our paint at will. I want us to gap him off the ball and keep him out of the middle. No easy buckets. Now let's get out there and win this game.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Nice game, great performance by Prez.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yeah, for the most part, he took only good shots. And given his success, they may want him to be a bit more aggressive in the second half.
And so in the game for the Hawks, Schroeder runs the point with Korver to his side. Bazemore is the 3 with Millsap the 4. And it's Howard in at the 5, down low. The Suns shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Here's Prez, and finish off by Prez. One thing you know is going to happen with Orange Juice is they are going to have a lot of fun out there. They definitely know how to play with a flair.
And they really seem to have just a genuinely good time playing with one another. There's just an extra hop in the step of both Prez and Young when they're on the floor. And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaking.
The confidence, he's lacking poise, he's forcing things that aren't there, he's just taking shots out of rhythm.
Young for three. Rebound Atlanta. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Bazemore for three. Knocks down the three ball. Bazemore's got 8.
And Howard sets such vicious screens. It's like running into a brick wall.
Young outside. Prez kicks to Booker. Atlanta screen. And Tucker has it in the corner. For three. They get it back. Moves back up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. For Phoenix, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And the first one at the line is good. Greg, the Atlanta Hawks, a disciplined team. They've got the right coach in Mike Budenholzer. Wouldn't you agree?
I really do. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Offensively, they move the ball and they make the simple play. And defensively, they deny in transition and avoid cheap fouls. They really don't beat themselves.
And it's Korver in the corner. Passes it to Millsap. Here's Schroeder. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. So as broadcasters, we get a view that maybe some fans miss as to how hard these players work. You've talked about this a lot, Doris. Behind every shot, every play, every dribble, so many countless hours spent in the gym to perfect what they're doing.
Well, so I would say an NBA game is 48 minutes long. And I would say probably for every 48 minutes you are talking about an extraordinary commitment in the gym. What Steph Curry does on a nightly basis makes the game look easy, when in fact he's paid a price by the time he's spent, just like every other NBA player, honing their craft.
But I don't ever sense that it's drudgery to them.
No.
That they enjoy the game so much, like you, that it's in their DNA.
I think their passion and joy is evident on a nightly basis, and for us, we're lucky to watch it.
Isn't that fun? Oh,
yeah,
it's a blast.
no doubt.
Just a blast. Young against Schroeder. Shots good from Young.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Now here's Schroeder. 7 points in the game. He dishes it to Howard. Millsap a screen. Pocket 6. He doesn't hit that one.
Not a good pick there. If I'm shooting the ball and I'm looking at it, I'm asking, where is the effort? You've got to do a better job of screening.
Here's Booker. And it goes down 2 points. Now it's a 4-point Suns lead.
You love it when guys play bigger than you think they are. Booker proving that he's not just a threat from the outside.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, GA. Thank you.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Bazemore for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Young dishes to Prez. The feed to Booker. Fires for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Booker's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, fantastic rhythm on the catch and shoot. A lot of times that comes from Booker's terrific body control.
No easy buckets now. Hustle up. Listen up. We've got to pick up our defense on Howard. He cannot continue to cut inside so freely. I want us to gap him off the ball and keep him out of the middle. Let's go, guys. Let's play some defense.
Here, Splitters checked in for Howard. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Cephalosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Kyle Corbin. And that one's good. Schroeder.
And you could tell.
Atlanta leading by 3. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On Pheonix, looking who they've got on the floor. Prez in at the 4 spot. Young is out there with Brandon Knight. Then there's Len, and it's Tucker in at the small forward spot.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Come on, as a defender, you have got to fight harder to get through that screen and stay with your man.
Prez kicks it to Tucker. Another one falls for Pheonix.
Well, that's just superb coordination and balance right there. Tucker's hard to move once he gets the ball inside.
Jack passes to Cephalosha. Dishes it to Millsap. Howard in the post. And on him, Millsap has the open look. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. 14 points for Millsap. And Young kicks to Knight. Prez with the screen for Knight. Pass to Prez. Just 4 to shoot. And he makes that one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Atlanta leading by 4. And Jack kicks to Millsap. Howard with the screen on Young. There's the pick. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Offline with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Now Tucker feeds to Knight. Teardrop shot. Bazemore grabs the miss.
All the credit goes to the defense, preventing a terrific finisher like that from throwing it down.
And Jack kicks it to Bazemore. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. To the inside, tries it from 9. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist from Cephalosha.
Boy, after an up and down first half, he's finally gotten a flow. These are the right shots for him.
Suns moving the ball around. Knight dishes to Prez. And here's Tucker. Len down low. Discarded by Howard. Len, good.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Outside Jack. Kicks it to Howard. And that one comes up a bit short. Suns trail by 4. Knight in the corner. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Pheonix.
Now, maybe a bit streaky, but really solid from beyond the arc. Knight will help this offense spread the floor.
And Jack kicks to Millsap. Here's the screen. Down low. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And stolen by Cephalosha. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
He had played mistake-free basketball until that one. His first turnover of the night.
Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Atlanta also making some changes here. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Out to the right wing. Tucker, the pass to Prez. And stolen by Howard. There's Schroeder. Atlanta again missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Prez with the ball. Millsap's there. Prez dishes to Tucker. Pocket 6. And Young kicks to Booker. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. shot got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And the first one drops.
Well, certainly with 2 lottery picks, including a top 4 draft pick this year, last year's great pickup of Devin Booker, there's a good mix of young talent in Phoenix. And best of all, they've got some veteran talent to go with it. I'm anxious to see, is this a team poised to make a big leap?
Here's Schroeder. Hits the target from 18 feet. And the Hawks lead by 5. For Phoenix, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. It's stolen by Schroeder. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
You know, why waste any time? When the floor's that open, you might as well take it all the way home.
And Devin Booker, the youngest player in the NBA last season, got big minutes with all the injuries in the backcourt.
And Kevin, if there's an advantage to those injuries, it's that it opened up an opportunity for the young talent of Devin Booker, and he shined through.
You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That's good from Schroeder. Schroeder hits them both. Suns trail by 9. And Young kicks it to Tucker. Back to Young. He feeds it to Prez. And stolen by Bazemore. Stolen by Len. Tucker with the ball. And Young, here we go. He kicks to Prez. Now the dish to Tucker. Here's Len, and the layup's good off the glass.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
The Hawks leading by 7. Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Millsap. Lets it go from 11, and that one good. Millsap's got 7 points for the quarter.
Another solid game from this guy shooting the basketball, just adding to this lead. So hard to defend.
Tucker can't get it to go. Hawks have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. To the right side. Nobody near Schroeder. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Prez with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. The kick out to Young. To the wing on the left. It will go down, and the Hawks lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Tucker.
No, he's not the most efficient long-range shooter, but Tucker hits enough of those to space out the defense.
Here's Millsap. Phoenix grabs the miss. Len's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Prez kicks it to Tucker. Young for 3, and Young just drilling the 3 there. Nice look.
Yeah, and that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. And that one is off. And Phoenix the other way now. Inside, poked away, and stolen by Howard. And the call will be against Prez. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. .44 seconds left to play here in the 4th. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Millsap. It falls!
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Young for 3, buries it, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Probably the moment we'll remember from this one.
19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now Bazemore. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Millsap. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. And the Suns call time here.
Our execution has to be perfect from here on out, gentlemen. Understood? All we need is one more stop. One more stop. I need everything you've got on the defensive end. When they go to set a pick, be ready to fight through it and trust each other out there, fellas. This is it. Let's execute and win this game.
Young for three. Buries the triple.
Gotta love Young. So good at creating shots for himself in crucial moments.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Deep three-point range. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks
Yo,
for
Steve.
tuning in.
What's going on, Prez? Ernie and the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
All right, let's get it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Prez.
Hey, it's Kenny here, man. You picked up a lot of assists there tonight. Now, what were you seeing out there that made the defense so ineffective?
Man, I think it was more about the way my teammates executed, really. You know, they found the open spots, ran the offense the way it was drawn up, and all I had to do was get them the ball. Man, I love it when they make it, I love when they make life that easy for me.
Well, they did make it easy for you, but you also made it easy for them, man. Keep up the good work.
All right, I appreciate that.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.